your yogi neighbor this morning, and pretty much everybody else. The thing is, inversions really mean getting your hips up above your heart. So there's that aspect of it. But in this workshop, we are talking about the building blocks of how to get up into things like handstands, headstands, forearm balances, a whole host of fun ways to be upside down. So these are building blocks. For 2 whole hours, you're not going to be upside down in a handstand the entire time. I don't think that's really possible, but you will learn how to get upside down, how to put the foundation together to get hips above your heart. All right, and that's it. Let's move child's pose. Knees out wide, fingertips to the top of your mat. Start moving your breath. Looking to slowly deepen your inhales and your exhales until you're creating a rolling, nourishing, satisfying, deep breath for yourself. Keep lengthening your inhales, followed by full, complete exhales. Look to use 100% of your lungs. So not filling to 90, but all the way up and then all the way out. On your next inhale, let's scoot your fingertips up another inch or 2. So you're really getting the stretch along your spine here. Yes, just like that. Good adjustments, everyone. On your next exhale, press your tailbone towards the far side of your mat. So we're creating this elongated spine. It's going to help you when we move into our next pose. Inhale, take downward facing dog. Long, straight spine. From your fingertips all the way up to your hips, we're still stretching here. Looking to create integration. Use your breath. 2 more times. In and out, taking any movement that's necessary here. 1 more time. When you're ready, walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Oh, you're good. Halfway lift on the inhale. Ragdoll. Let your chin tuck here. And then bring your hips 2 inches further forwards. We're adding intensity to the pose. This is going to bring weight into your big toes. Breathe right here. You should have to breathe in this pose. The thing about ragdoll is the longer you're here, the more intense the pose gets. So keep breathing. It's going to help you sustain it. Now you've got it, Sarah. Drop your neck. Yes, I know. 1 more breath here. On your next inhale, we'll rise all the way up to standing. Reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. Hands to heart center. Set your intention for class this morning. Nobody got up at 5 a.m. or whatever it was required to just, play yoga for the morning. We're doing a real thing, so set your intention right here. We'll Om it into place. 3 Oms. Take a breath in. Inhale, reach all the way up. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, using your full breath even here. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Let me hear it. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. In. Out. Last one. Breathe in. Bend your knees. Exhale. Hop on empty. Halfway lift. Forward fold. extended mountain, breathing in all the way up, fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga, slow exhale. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Start gluing your pointer fingers down into the mat so that you can send your sits bones up and back. That's it. One more breath here. Inhale. Bend those knees. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Go up and back this time. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Move with your breath. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Now I want you to start bringing your intention into each of these poses. How do you live out I am creative or I am strong right here? Let's try it out. Take your breath in, out, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold. Extended mountain with intention, fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, drishti. Down dog. 3 breaths in. Blow it out. Inhale. Sigh it out. Last time, breath in. Bend your knees. Hop. Halfway lift. Fold. Last one, extended mountain. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, long neck. Down dog. 3 breaths here. Start feeling the vinyasa, so the flow of your practice in every pose. One more breath in and out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair with intention. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior 1. Step and breathe in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Moving through upward facing dog into downward facing dog, left side, warrior 1. Flowing up into the pose and right back out, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take your breath in here. Sigh. It's about moving the air and the energy in your body. So let's try it one more time. Inhale. Sigh. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair. Spread your fingers. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior 1. Pause at the top. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. Big toes press down. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And through to downward facing dog. Yes, yogis, take the sigh, whatever you need here. Let's take the foundation of these poses and go either wider or longer, maybe even both. Part of this practice is exploring the poses newly. So we're going to keep our feet wide. On our next exhale, feet to hands, landing softly. If we lift, fold. Yes, wide chair pose, here it is. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right side, warrior 1. Wide foundation, even here. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. downward facing dog, left side, warrior one. Let yourself see what you see. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, flowing into downward facing dog. Yes, yogis. All right, so I'm going to take a vote here. If you're ready for a last sun B, stick your right foot up in the air. Are we ready? Last one, here it is. Okay, feet go down. One more time, breath in and out, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold, chair, fold, halfway lift, chaturanga, upward facing dog, down dog, right side, warrior one. That's it, Laura. Low into that lunge, chaturanga, upward facing dog, down dog, left side, warrior one. Last one, chaturanga, upward facing dog, into downward facing dog. As soon as you get here, right leg into the air. I know we were here just a moment ago. Bend your top knee, open up your hip. Go for the full side body stretch here. It's the first time that you really get to express this way. You get to stay or flip dog. Now, I'm going to ask you to set your drishti here and breathe nice and loud for me. We're going to take 3 breaths. Look for the edge of the pose. That's it. 2 more times. Stay for it. Full inhale. Full exhale. Flip it over. High plank. And into side plank. Fullest expression. So eyes up to the ceiling. Now spread your fingertips on your top hand and reach until you can feel sensation in each and every one of your fingertips. Lift up. Exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga. Upward facing dog and into downward facing dog. Yep, take sides when you need them. Otherwise, left foot into the air. Bend your top knee, open up your hip. See, I'm always excited for this pose. So take 1 extra breath here just to stretch it out before you flip dog. Yes. Both feet onto the mat, drishti set, 3 breaths, as loud as you can go. Not only in support of your practice, but in support of your neighbor's practice, whether that means in the studio or at home. Flip it over, high plank, side plank, straight into it. Now I want that drishti like a hot glue gun. Don't know why it's a hot glue gun, but straight up to the ceiling. Now reach. You can even bring that top foot off of the mat. Yes, Greg, here you go. 1 more breath here, lifting all the way up. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Let it go. Right side crescent lunge. All right, sit low into this lunge. And we're going to take this step ups today. But as you're stepping up, start low. It's going to be all about this left glute, to be honest. Or, sorry, right glute, to be honest. On your next exhale, we're going to breathe out and drag this back foot up the mat and into your chest. Inhale, put it back down, drag it all the way back. So exhale up. Inhale back, nice and slow and controlled. Exhale up. Inhale back. Drishti is set. 2 more times. Exhale up. Inhale back, slide it. Last one. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale all the way back, crescent lunge. Hands to heart center, twist to the right. Yes. Did I say the wrong direction? Okay, twist the direction that you know to twist. Now, drishti set, 3 breaths with intention. How can you live into that I am statement right here in your body? Not as like some concept that lives in your mind, but an actual physical reality. Last breath. And on your inhale, rise up, take crescent lunge. Warrior 2. Yes, let the tapas burn. So heat in your body, feel it right here. Identify the places where you're feeling heat. It's probably that front right leg, but it's probably your shoulder blades, in the way your breath moves. Feel the tapas. Like just live into that heat for this next breath. Extended side angle. Left hand reaches all the way forwards. Go for the fullest side body stretch that you can find. Start by planting your back pinky toe into the mat and now lift through that top hand. You know what? You guys have such strong foundations today. Reach both hands forwards. That's it. Yeah, you got it. So you're lifting all the way up. Stay here. Last breath in. Hands to the mat. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And into downward facing dog. Now let's take some real sighs here. Take a breath in, sigh it out. You know what? The horses that I used to ride, they do this thing. I call them flutter lips, but you're going to blow the air out and just like let your lips be loose. It looks like this. Breathe in. 2 more times. Inhale. Sigh it out however you want. 1 more time. In. Blow it out. Left side, crescent lunge. Feet wide, because you know what we're going for. We're going to be this step up. So we're doing 5 of them again. So fingertips into the air. Exhale, slowly drag that foot all the way up. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, drag it up into your chest. You've got this 3 more times. Exhale, step back. Inhale, drag it up. Exhale, step back. Inhale, drag it up. Last one. Exhale, step. Inhale, drag. All right, feet go back. Hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Now, you might have gotten away from your breath in the last exercise. Turn it back on here. Each exhale is going to be the opportunity for you to twist a little bit deeper into this pose. Yeah, you've got it, Brooke. Softening between your shoulders so that you can create this twist towards the ceiling. That's it. Let's stay 1 more breath here. On your next inhale, rise up and take crescent lunge over into warrior 2. Set the pose up so that both of your hip points face the long end of the mat. That's a really common mistake here in this pose, but it makes it way harder to get to the next pose. So check it out. Not hips forwards, hips to the side, then take extended side angle. So you want all of that opening because this is a release sort of pose. There's new space to be explored here. That's it. Back toes are going to melt down into the mat. Press on your next breath out. Both hands up to the front of the mat. Oh, you thought we were going back to chaturanga. No. Both hands forwards. Here it is. 1 big breath in as you reach. Both hands to the mat, chaturanga. Nicely done, guys. Upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. Good job. Take your breath in. Let it go. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Yes, stay breathing here in chair. Now, you guys have all done this pose a million different times. I know that. Let's sit it 1 inch lower so that you're bringing the full intensity. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Hands open or closed, but we're going to look for full twist here. Reaching that top hand up as high as it'll go. Soften between your shoulders, Gracie. Good stuff. 2 more breaths here. Twisting all the way out. Wait, you've got so much space there for a twist. You're going to look behind you in a second. Last one. On your inhale, rise up, chair pose. Fold. All right, guys. Feet wide on the mat. Point your fingers around your big toes and let your head hang down. You can take a little sway from right to left here, but point is, let your head drop all the way down towards the floor. Look for a steady breath. Letting your inhales flow straight into your exhales. Now that you have the breath, chair pose, round 2. Bring it into this pose. Chair sit low. That's it. Hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Keep the breath flowing. This practice is about effort and ease. Let some piece of this breath be easy today. That's it. Tyler, bring this right knee back into line. Yes, pressing through this hip. Good stuff. Let's stay. Last breath. And on your next inhale, rise up. Breathe in. Fold. Feet wide on the mat this time. Palms underneath of your toes. Let your head hang down. It's all about creating space. The practice is built so that there's a peak pose, and that peak pose is actually wheel. But there are poses of relief and release dotted throughout the practice. This is one of them. Take the time to let this forward fold recharge your battery for the rest of class. You're going to need it. So take the time to restore yourself right here. Don't wait for the next breath because this is the last one. Crow, headstand, handstand, all the options, whatever it is, next step in your practice. This is the effort piece. Are you ready? Set, yogis, go. Keep your breath steady. You have this for 5, 4. That's it. Hug through your belly, Caitlin. 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga. Nice. Upward facing dog and into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Let it go. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Right arm under. Right leg over. Eagle. Drishti is set. Bring softness to your bottom knee. Okay? It's going to help you wiggle in these poses. Slowly migrate your elbows down to your knees. So we're creating what I like to call a hunched eagle, which is not a great name. Eyes steady, breath steady. From here, keeping your arms bound, airplane legs. So you're going to go all the way back. That's it. Now bump your elbows forwards 2 more inches. Almost like you're creating a stretch from your elbows all the way back to your heel. You've got it set. Hands out, airplane arms. All the way over into half moon. You've got it. You might not have connected these poses like this in a while, which might have you fall out a little more frequently than you really do. You're learning. That's what it's all about. Lift this top ankle 1 inch higher just to see. Yes, Jill, grab that candy cane. Breathe in, feet down. All right, shake it out. Do what you need to. On your next inhale, all the way up to standing. Now we're going to connect them again. That means left arm under, left leg over. So you know you're going to have to hold these arms for a breath or 2. Set it up for yourself right here. Yeah, Nancy's got it. Tara at home has it. Soften in your bottom knee. Give yourself more bend here than usual. It'll help you in this next migration. Elbows to knees. Core muscles have to stay super active here. Yeah, breathe in. You've got this, Brooke. Good job. Stay. Airplane. Go back with your legs. Arms are going to stay bound. And let yourself wiggle. When you fall out of the pose, okay, great. You found the edge and then just went beyond that, right back into the pose. Gaze is steady. Airplane arms. Yes, Suzette beat me by about 1 breath there. Eyes steady. Half moon. It's a little challenge for yourself. 1 pose into the next. Lift the top hand. Lift your top foot as high as it'll go. All right, feet and head down. Let's go for a fold. Sway it out side to side. Do what you need to. And on our inhale, we're going to roll all the way up to standing. Let's take right side dancer. Now, before you move to dancer, grab your ankle, left hand up into the air. Before you move, create this action. Press your right knee down and lift your left hand up. So you should get a stretch here from your knee all the way to your palm. Keep that action and tilt. Only tilt so far as you can still feel that connectivity from your knee all the way into your hand. Drishti, superset here. I got you. 3 more breaths. Look for the edge of the pose. 2 more. Last one. Good job, Jill. Feet down. All right, so shake it out. Let's set it up. Left side. Before you move, we're grabbing knee, or we're grabbing our ankle actually, and then creating the stretch from knee to hand. Only tilt so far as you can keep this stretch. Go for your dancer. Creating a pose that's built. Softening your bottom knee. Good job there, Gracie. Big toe presses down into the mat. That's it, Caitlin. Do you have a little more stretch for that back knee? Nice job. All right, feet down, guys. Good job. Let's take a vote. Are we going to do a second set of these this morning? Laura, what do you think? Yes? No? Maybe so? Yeah. Okay. Right side. It won't be the longest one ever. So you've got this. Right side. Dancer. Spread your fingers on your front hand. Oftentimes we lose track of our extremities, but things like fingers and toes and poses are maximum importance. Spread your hands as wide so that you can feel all of your fingertips. Switch sides. Opposite leg up. It's the last one, so left side. Here it is. Settle into the pose. Press your big toe down into the mat and up into the ceiling. So 2 opposite directions happening here. Last breath. Feet down. All right, guys. Head of your mat. Tree. It's the last one of equanimity. Hands to heart center. Foot at your ankle, your shin, or your thigh. You get to express this pose in whatever way suits your practice this morning. Choose the way that helps you live into your intention that you set. You can express that intention physically right here in your body right now. What if strong means pressing your heel into the mat and reaching 1 inch higher? If you're creative, you get to add a back bend or some new fun thing into this pose. You've got 1 more breath to achieve it, and then we'll switch sides. Easy as that. Left side tree pose. What I love about intention setting for class is that it's small. Your intention gets sprinkled into every pose. It doesn't have to be its fullest and best in every one, but you're working your way towards it in each pose that you take. So create it right here. You've got 1 last breath to do it. So press, lift, move, feet to the mat. All the way at your head of the mat. Take extended mountain. Inhale, reach up. Fold with your breath out. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog with your inhale. Downward facing dog. Right side triangle. Yep, right foot to the head. Yes. All right, you know that your right hand comes to your ankle, your shin, or a block just behind you in this pose. Create the foundation. Now, for me in this pose, the hardest thing to do is press my big toe down in my front foot. I never want to do that. It just doesn't really happen for me. But the thing is, your leg is doing something kind of funky here. So your calf is actually wrapping in and down towards that big toe. That's why you want the big toe mounted down here. but the opposite half of your leg, so your knee and up, is actually wrapping outwards. Bring some softness to your front knee. We're talking about 90% of the way straight here, not 100. That's it, Caitlin. You can soften this front knee just a smidge more. Yes. Now lift from your low belly, and on your inhale, rise all the way up. That's how you build triangle. Let's take side facing. Wide-legged forward fold. Yogi's choice this morning. Go for the bind. Go for fingertips out in front of you. If you're dying to be upside down, that's an option here too. Whichever version you're going for, soften your knees. Oh yeah, Greg's got the ninja lunges going on. Whatever it is, move to your maximum extent of the pose. Find the edge. Challenge yourself. Take it on so that this pose has an impact on your whole practice right now. This is it. Last breath. On your next inhale, even out those sides. Hands walk back into center. Inhale, rise up. Namaste, front facing, forward fold, or split variations. Yeah, I'm going to let you guys work your way into these poses, however it looks for you right now. So for me personally, I used to spend a lot of time building this pose standing up before I'd get into it. But the thing is, Namaste front facing forward fold is a difficult pose when it comes to alignment. The first thing you're going to do is soften both of your knees. I know when a lot of us fold forwards that immediately we want to lock out our knees. Now from here, start drawing this right hip all the way backwards. Yeah, creating this long straight line from your heel all the way up. You've got it. Soften this front knee a little bit more. Yes, keep pressing this hip backwards. Now twisting triangle or twisting split. So left hand down. Oh, it's okay. I'm in your way. Right hand all the way out to the side. Yes, keep the right hip pressing all the way back. Yeah, Laura, you've got like 1 more centimeter until both of those hips are level. Oh, yes, just like that. Stay here and lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Into down dog. And then we'll take left side triangle. Left foot all the way to the head of your mat. Triangle is about 2 things. The foundation of the pose and your feet and your bottom hand, and then the activity of your low belly. So the default here is to sway your low back, to let your belly hang out. But we're going to do the opposite. So hug the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button. It's going to feel like tucking your tailbone under you. And now hug your low belly up and in. Suddenly there's this whole new aspect of support in the pose. All right, hug in through your core so much that you can lift all the way up to standing and take side facing, wide-legged forward fold. Yes, however you want to get there. Now, if you did a bind last time, we're going for a different option on this side. That means binds, ninja lunges, upside downs, hands out in front of you, whatever it might be. We're taking on a new version of this pose. Think about your intention that you set. Which version of side-facing, wide-legged forward fold is going to help you live up and into that intention? I want you to get what you came for in your practice this morning. Now, Jeanette and Minnie at home, I know I can't see you two, but I'm expecting you to do this all right. So all the way into the pose. Find the edge. You've only got 1 last breath here. And then on your inhale, rise up. Take namaste, front facing, forward fold, or your split variations, however that might look for you this morning. Feet wide and actively set on the mat. Gracie, pull that left hip backwards. Flex your front foot. Yes, left hip back. Good job. I know you've got the flexibility for that. Actively for everyone, not just Gracie, left hip is pressing backwards here. Let's go for a twisting triangle or twisting split. Tyler, flex your front foot, pulling your pinky toe back towards your face. Greg, you too. Here we go. 2 breaths to create this twist. Press this hip backwards, Caitlin. Yes. One more time. On your next exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Let's flow through. Downward facing dog. From here, lower all the way out into your high plank and then down onto the mat. I think we've got blocks at almost everybody's mats today. Oh, we do. Okay, that's great. So blocks are going to come in between your shins or your calves. Here, look. I can help this for a few of you guys because I know it's a little awkward to get a block back there. So you're going to hug it between your calves. Yes. Here, Laura, we're going to go 1 inch wider just because I think it's a little easier here. Yes, just like that. Hold on. All right, now hug into this block and we'll take locust pose. So you're really paying attention to center line. Press down, lift up, inhale, locust. Keep your breath moving with this pose. So it's not stagnant. You're still flowing, still creating vinyasa. Even here, last one and down. You can take a breath in, sigh it out. Now, if you have a second block near you, we're going to bring that one between your palms. Now, I only get inspired like this. Ooh, a water bottle is also going to work here. Now we're taking super yogi. So that's going to mean hands out in front of you, palms pressing into the block. Great job on the creativity, guys. Press down. Oh, lift up. Inhale. Let's go. Round 2. Press, lift, super yogi. Keep breathing here. Feel all of those core muscles hugging into center line. This is almost your handstand body. One more breath. All the way down. All right, no more blocks. You can kick them to the side of your mat, throw them at your neighbor, whatever it is that feels right this morning. Let's go for floor bow. Hands by the outer ankles. Ready, set, yogi go. Press down, lift up, inhale. We'll do 2 sets. So this is it, feet flexed. Almost like you're going to stand on the ceiling. This is it. One more breath. All the way down. TikTok your knees from side to side. Hands by your outer ankles. Second set. Are you ready? Set. Yogi go. Press down, lift up, inhale. Floor bow. Full extent of the pose. It's back bend prep. So you want to get it all down. Okay. Take an upward facing dog. Hands by your low ribs when you're ready. Inhale all the way up. Press the tops of your feet into the mat until your thighs lift up. Okay, knees down. Camel. Since we all already have blocks, we're going to do bring your blocks with you. That's what I mean. Right in between your knees. Jill, I'm stealing this one from you. Thanks. So you want the blocks in between your knees, and you might have to wiggle side to side. You really want your knees tucked under you. The closer you get your knees, the easier it's going to be to lift up through here. So the default in these poses is to let your low back crunch and your belly hang out. We're not going for that. I want you to pay attention to lifting the front of your pelvis up. You can even keep your hands down at your hips. Roll your shoulders back and then lift the center of your chest up. This is not the biggest back bend you're ever going to take, but what I want you to pay attention to is the front of your body supporting this pose. It comes from your knees hugging into this block and your low belly lifting up so that your chest can open. That's it. On your next inhale, come all the way up. You can shake it out, do what you need to reset this pose. And now I'm going to let you go for your usual version of camel in this one. Whether that's hands at your low back or reaching all the way back for your heels. But what I want you to do is keep the lift in your pelvis. Yes, that's tricky here. You might not go as far back as you usually do. Take 2 breaths to explore it. Staying for the full inhale and the full exhale. This is one more breath. Oh, or some of you guys are at the end. That's okay. On your inhale, we'll roll up and into bridge pose. So all the way onto your spine. I told you guys that there was a peak pose in this practice, and we're almost there to it. This is the prep for it. Shoulders tucked under yourself, bridge, press down, lift up, inhale. Now we get to do 2 sets of bridge in order to make the space for and to prep for wheel. So this is it. Shoulders tucked under, round 1, hips down. Knock your knees from right to left. Second set of prep. Press down, lift up, inhale, bridge, round 2. What is it that you need to put in place, not only to live into your intention, but to also set yourself up for the next 6 poses? Okay, hips down. So you did hear me correct. We're doing 6 wheels this morning. We're going to do 1 breath in wheel and 1 breath on the mat for all 6. Yogis, are you ready? Are you set? Go. Press down, lift up, inhale. 1 breath here and wheel. On your next exhale, chin towards your chest, come all the way down. Inhale on the mat. Exhale, breath go. Press down, lift up, breathe in. Round 2, here it is. Inhale. Tuck your chin, exhale, come all the way down. Breath in, breath out, press down, lift up. Let's move, bridge or wheel, round 3, go. Stay for the inhale, and on your exhale, tuck your chin, come back down. Yogis, you're already halfway there. Here we go, 3 more, ready, set, press down, lift up, inhale, bridge or wheel, full breath in. Tuck your chin, come back down. Inhale on the mat. Exhale. Press, lift, go. Round 5. Here it is. Bridge or wheel. Inhale. Tuck your chin right back down. Okay, yogi. I need you to look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor that they can do this. I'm serious this morning. Like, let's go, guys. Are we ready? Set. Bridge or wheel, press down, lift up, inhale. Yogis, go. Breath in. Tuck your chin all the way back down. Supta Baddha Konasana. 1 hand on your heart, 1 hand on your belly. Knees out wide. Acknowledge yourself for showing up this morning. For you on your mat right here as you are. Acknowledge your body for showing up for you today. In all the wonderful ways that it does. Take happy baby, hands by the outer edges of your feet. Guess what I'm going to say? Rock right to left. Actively pull your sacrum, so your lowest back down towards the mat. You actually get like a little kidney massage here. So last breath, like you're massaging out your kidneys. Now, both heels up towards the ceiling. I love the little crunches. I can't help myself. So reach your fingertips up towards your toes. And on your exhales, you'll reach up. Let's go. Yogis, go for 10, 9, 8. Nice job with the breath there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands by your ears, shins parallel, right in, yogi bicycles. On your exhales, that's when you twist sides. Let's go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shins parallel to the mat, hands against your knees. It's the last one here. Now, this is the easiest abs thing you can ever do. Press your knees into your hands. Press your hands into your knees. So, yeah, just like this. And then bring them higher. Yeah, now hug. So pressing as hard as you can go. You'll feel your belly button drop down. 30, 20. Oh, wait. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. You've got this, Mike. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees into your chest and rock. That's it. That's all the stability today. You can make your way into right side half pigeon. Use your blocks, your props as you need them to help support you in the pose. That might mean a block under your right hip. Keep your breath really active here. I know the tendency, it's my tendency too, so no judgment. But the tendency is to check out your manicure or to start thinking about your to-do list. Occasionally for me, it's really breakfast. But stay here on your mat. The easiest way to do this is to choose one physical sensation that's really easy for you to identify. Sometimes it's just the press of your fingertips into the mat. The way that you can feel your breath moving throughout your body. The sound of your breathing or your neighbor's breathing. Nancy has an extremely helpful breathing partner this morning who is extremely fluffy and cute. I have to admit, if there's one thing that I've really loved about, the pandemic previously, and now being able to join with our other yogi neighbors from their homes, is getting to see the furry friends. Right here on your mat. Bring your weight to your right hip. Swing your left leg around. We're going to go for double pigeon. Now, there are a multitude of ways to do this pose, but the two most common are either your shins stacked like Lincoln logs. A+, Caitlin's going for that here in the front. So is Jill, Suzette. Otherwise, there's the figure 4 option, as Mike is demoing right here. Thanks, guys. So you get to choose whichever version of this pose feels right for you. That's it. The bend of your bottom knee and the figure 4 version is going to determine how intense this pose is. Now, no matter what, on your inhale, yogis, straighten out your spine, lift all the way up. On your exhale, add a little bit of fold to the pose. Now, there's one assist that is absolutely beautiful in the shin stacked version of this pose. And it's taking your hands, your Barbie C-shaped hands or your Lego hands, sticking them at the creases of your hips and then pressing down and out through your fingertips. Think about it like you're literally physically rolling the muscle out of the. That's it. So if you're here, Gracie, you're going to sit. Can I adjust? Press down and out like that and then fold forwards. Yeah, so you're really getting all of this pressed down. There used to be a crazy version of this pose where we would stand at the creases of your hips, like feet into the creases. On your next breath in, let's rise up, and then we'll switch sides. So go through downward facing dog and into left side half pigeon, or however you get there. If you're on your spine, obviously, roll backwards and take it that direction. Hey, Laura, have you ever tried this pose this way by lassoing the balls of your feet and straightening that one? Here, try this one out because you've got a good amount of flexibility here. Seeing if you can still keep this pressed through your knee. How's that going? All right, good stuff. Active with your breath. Hone in on that physical sensation The one that's most obvious to you, that's most vibrant. Touch, feel. It can be your gaze, your drishti. Smell, taste. Not that those are necessarily the recommended ones in yoga class, but it's an option. Weight into your left hip, double pigeon. Swing it all the way around. You know the options here. Shins stacked like Lincoln logs. If you're going for the Lincoln log stack, try to get your ankles over the edges of your legs. Might be a little bit deeper than you're used to going. Yeah, like that, Sarah. Good stuff. Now from here, hips press down into the mat and you get to fold forwards. Finding a little more space in this pose. Get the full intensity of this fold. We've got a final breath here. Before we inhale, roll up. And let's take tabletop or reverse plank. Fingertips face your heels. Heels press down, hips come up, head drops back. No matter which version of this pose you're doing. And on your next breath, drop those hips back down. Let's get upside down. That means headstands, handstands, forearm balances, shoulder stands, or waterfall. You get to choose the pose that's going to help you close class today. So if you're still missing something from your yoga practice, you're like, oh, I didn't quite meet my intention today, or I was missing this little piece. This is your moment to put in the work that's necessary to achieve that. Shoulder stands can move to plow. Plow to deaf yogis. My headstands can take a quick child's pose, letting your arms go long beside you. For everyone, one vertebrae at a time, slowly roll it back down onto the mat. We're going for supine twist. So both knees into your chest. Let them drop to the left side of your body. Eyes over your right shoulder. It's actually important that you get this twist. So legs left, eyes right. If you notice our practice, we always twist the right first. Whether we're talking about crescent lunge twist, chair twist, anything it is, you're looking to twist open to your right. Hug your knees up into center. Let them drop this time to the right side of your body, eyes over your left shoulder. We create the twist this way because it's actually the same direction that your small intestine and your large intestine runs in your body. So you're going with that instead of against it. One last time, hug your knees into your chest. Take Shavasana, letting your legs and arms go long with your eyes closed. Find steadiness in your breath. With your inhales rolling straight through to your exhales. Slowly elongate your breath. As you're finding this lengthening, bring movement to your fingers, starting with your thumbs, traveling all the way into your pinky fingers. Next, bring movement back to your toes, big toe all the way out to your pinky toe. When you're ready, hug your knees into your chest and rock onto your right side, forehead on the floor. On your breath in, rise up to a seated position. Inhale and reach both of your hands up all the way to the ceiling. Exhale your hands to heart center. Set your intention for the rest of the day. You can choose an I am statement. You'll let it sprinkle into all of your actions, all of your deeds. We'll Om that into place. One time, one Om. Take a breath in. Bring your thumb knuckles up to forehead center. Together we bow our heads and we say, Namaste. Thanks, yogis. It was great to see you this morning. It made a difference that you were here, whether you're in the studio or at home. Just saying.